This episode is sponsored today by the book 10 Tips on How to Survive Your Parents' Divorce. This book was written by kids. It's for kids. It's a coloring book. When you have a tragedy of divorce and you have young children who do not know how to express themselves, this coloring book, 10 Tips on How to Survive Your Parents' Divorce, is the coloring book for them. Pick it up today at blendingthefamily.com or even on Amazon. 10 Tips on How to Survive Your Parents' Divorce. Again, written by kids, for kids.
Welcome to Blending the Family, the podcast. Topics can range from dads hitting rock bottom, daughters watching their parents divorce, or even what's a good wine for couples to have while talking about finances. Here's your host, whose favorite wine is red and free. Cheap, Tommy Maloney.
Welcome to another edition of the podcast known as Blending the Family. I am you, because you rock, your host. It is I, Tommy Maloney. As I'm looking out the office window, gorgeous day. We've had a lot of rain here in northern Colorado, but I'm also looking. We have some new neighbors, and they've been here for probably less than a month, and they have this ugly. The only way I describe it is an ugly very faded mint green pickup truck that is annoying the hell out of me because they have it parked between, I guess our dividing line. So I think they're doing daycare, and everybody keeps parking their cars in front of our house. Yeah, I've become that old crabby guy, seeing cars parked in front of our house. I'm just like, you whippersnappers, get away from my house. It's right up there with get off my lawn. I am going to warn you, foremost, we had a lot of fun on this episode, and there's going to be a lot of F-bombs, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. On this episode is a very different type of episode. My friend Scott Clark is on the show, and Scott is just a friend. He's a really good friend. He's one of those people that you meet in your life, and I am very blessed to have a good group of friends like this, where they'll do pretty much anything for you in the sense of they're just good people. Just good, honest earth, the salt of the earth, as the saying goes, good people. Including let me talk about this first. Yeah. So recently I attempted to do pulled pork in the crock pot. Epic fail. And I was really bummed because I have a former neighbor named Gene who, oh my gosh, he would smoke the pork. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Smoking his meat. Yeah, all right. You thought it, I said it. But not only did Gene, oh my gosh, he made really good pulled pork, but he made his own sauces too. I'm not there yet, okay? Not there yet. But, so Scott comes up to the house, and he's carrying this box with him, and I'm like, what the hell did he do? Because again, I know Scott. So when Scott first, because and you'll hear this in this episode, he and I started the very first day of the dreaded day job together, and one of the things that Scott would do is he would bring snacks in. So he would have bags of potato chips, the small single serving. And I made it, after I pretty much devoured his stash, pretty much eating 99% of it, I went to the store and bought and kept, I felt it was my duty to, replenish the chips. But again, here's Scott walking up to our door with this box, and in the box had a very nice bottle of wine. Haven't opened it yet, but he brought pork. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was like, I don't know, half a pig and barbecue sauce and root beer. I'm not going to tell you right now what the root beer was all about, but we actually used root beer for other things. It was just a good time. So Scott gave me the pork and the barbecue sauce, and this past weekend, I mean, there was so much of it. With the help of my wife Ann, I had to cut it into to get what we needed in the crock pot. I had to cut it down to like 2 good sized slices, and then put the barbecue sauce in there. And Scott said, just put a little barbecue sauce on the bottom, put the pork in, and then drench the rest of the pork with the barbecue sauce, and just put the cover on it and just leave it alone. So way before we left for church, it was about 7:30 in the morning. I got that all done with the help of Ann, and 5 o'clock, I said, all right, let's try it. So I took the lid off the crock pot, grabbed a couple forks to be able to get the meat onto the cutting board, and it shredded. Oh my gosh, it shredded. Not only did it shred, it was just so good. So good. So thank you to Scott for doing that. It was just so kind of him. So kind. And it was just, it's now become something I want to work at. I guess, I don't know if I'm ready to make my own sauces yet, but just, I know this was easy, but I guess it's finding the right cut of pork. I don't know. But anyway, I was super excited about that. That was not an epic fail. That was just so super cool. All right, so here's what Scott and I talk about. And again, Scott and I are just buds, and that's what we talk about. You know, we talk about our time spent together at the dreaded day job. A lot of F-bombs during this show. So one of the things we talk about is how do you create a fun atmosphere at your job? And Scott brought this game to our company called Assassin. It was a lot of fun. I think I was killed the second day, but we talk about that. Scott also comes from a family of divorce, and we talk about the impact when his parents remarried. Scott's mom is also a writer, professional writer. I mean, a paid professional writer. Talk about that. And my ask, I've got a couple of asks, but my biggest ask for you and the rest of the audience is this. Scott wants to write a book, and I will put his Facebook link in the show notes. Please reach out to him. Please encourage him to write this book that's inside of him. His wife, Christy, is a really good editor. I really believe that we're all put on this planet for one reason, or sometimes even more than one reason. I take that back. But we all have a purpose in life. We have things that we're really good at. I really want us to encourage Scott to write this book because, and I talk about this on this episode, where you look at people and you go, what are you doing here? You should be doing something else. You know, it would be like Elon Musk working, behind the counter of a fast food place going, I think you should be doing something better with your life. Not to say working at a fast food place is bad. I'm just saying that you look at people in a different way once you see how talented they are, see, the integrity they have. That's, in my opinion, Scott, is that he should be doing something else and working at that dreaded day job. All right? So again, let me warn you, there is foul language. We had a lot of fun. We had some adult beverages. And so, again, watch the language. However you get this podcast, please leave a rating and review, especially if it's on iTunes. Please go to blendingthefamily.com for any updates, blog updates, and also there's the coaching offerings. Sign up for the newsletter. We're getting close to June, so a new newsletter will be coming out. And I'm also working on creating some merchandise, like T-shirts, hoodies, and coffee mugs. So sign up on the newsletter. You might be the first to receive one of those, all right? There you go. This was my interview with my dear friend, Scott Clark. And I firmly believe this after having this conversation. As my good friend, well, not yet, but one day, Terry Crews would say, your success is my success.
Okay, we'll talk about Scott.
Which one?
I know. That's what's so disturbing. He kept mentioning Scott, and you're like, oh yeah, Scott, my friend, blah, blah, blah. And, oh yeah, and also Scott C. You were talking about the other Scott the whole time. Felt jelly.
Well, what's that movie? Ready Player One.
Mm-hmm.
Where you would have, what was it? So you'd have Scott, and then the next Scott would be what? Scott 2?
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah. So, so am I Scott 1 or Scott 2?
Well, you're Scott 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Scott M will be Scott 2.
Yeah. If you're listening right now,
yeah,
you got put in your place. And then, of course, he's going to win. I'm Scott A, not...
Can we talk about your mom?
Well, that's a personal question.
That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. Yes, we can. Yeah. Have you contacted her yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she write back?
Yeah, we had conversation.
Okay.
But I think I'm in a unique situation that she really couldn't give me some advice on this situation. But I did appreciate talking to her.
Mm-hmm. And also, if you need an editor, Christy.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'll say it. I'm so fucked right now.
Good.
Yeah.
I hear about it. After we talk about my mom, we're going to talk about you and your situation. How is Tommy doing?
Tommy?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, or Tommy. Either.
Oh! You know what?
Oh, no.
No. This is good. It's right here. Yeah, they're right here.
That's awesome.
Aww. I haven't put them up yet.
I know. I was going to say, you have to put them up.
I don't know. Yeah, because look what do you recognize this?
Kind of. Do you have that up?
That's from Stefan's desk.
Oh. You stole it from him?
Or no, he put it in the garbage.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I need that because I want to put it right here.
Ah, okay. This is some good podcasting here.
It's a good thing I'm recording.
I know.
But people, I mean, they're not going to understand. I'll put these pictures up.
Okay.
On the website, and especially this one where
the great story on that one.
So where do you want to start? I mean, I guess.
Day one.
Well,
I really do, because you do preach what you practice. Wait, you practice.
It's a good thing we're drinking.
There you go. I know. Oh, welcome to Drinking While Podcasting.
Yeah. Hey, cheers.
Yep.
I love this. I might have to. Oh man, I'm gonna get. See, it's early in the day. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be like,
no, it's 7 at night. Shh. Don't tell anyone. So the first day we met.
But hold on, I want to take a step back. I want to take
further.
I'm gonna even further because, how do I explain this other than this? When I did, and this hasn't, well, that episode will be up before this. So, talking about how this is one of the weirdest interviews because you have no agenda, which is super cool. Because not only are we enjoying adult beverages, but we quite honestly, even without the alcohol, you've been one of those.
I love you, man.
I love you too, because I really, I don't know if I would have. I mean, I guess I would have continued the podcast, but because of your feedback, because of interacting with you back at the day job, and the dreaded. So you, because it's things like that. And it wasn't, I don't want to say it was an ego thing. It was more of, this is cool. I get to interact with somebody that actually listens to the podcast. And somebody who, I mean, you really did have skin in the game, because I would take those interactions and obviously I would use them somehow, some way. But it was just fun to have, you know, a face to it, if that makes sense. You know, even with, you know, Lebowski. I mean, even he would comment, or Jamie.
My favorite story was the Assassin's game.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Jeremy started listening to your podcast so he could find out information about you. Was
it Jeremy or was it Pierce?
Oh, that's Jeremy. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I told him about it, and he's like, "What kind of car is you at?" I'm like, "I have no idea, but listen to his podcast. He probably talks about it." So he listened to the whole thing times 2.
And if Jeremy's, well, he'll listen to this one.
Probably.
Yeah. You're an asshole.
You want to hear his story about? So we just finished season 2. I'm sorry for podcasters that don't really know what Assassins is.
Well, let's talk about what is. All right, so at AKA the dreaded day job.
Yes.
Oh, great! Now I'm already started. Oh my God! By the way, this glass, I'll admit it, I stole.
Oh, okay.
But this is the glass you get in first class.
Oh.
United Airlines, and it's
you probably paid for it, so
because it says United Airlines. Right
nice.
There. Yeah,
it's perfect size.
Yeah,
and
it is.
Apparently, that's where you should stop.
We're not talking about the cabin right now. Anyway.
Okay, yeah.
But where the hell were? Oh, Assassins.
Yeah.
So you didn't essentially create the game. You heard about it, but it was did you ever see Joe versus the Volcano?
Yes.
You know how that atmosphere that Tom Hanks was in, where the light, and that's what it felt like. Because when you walk into that building and you go up the stairs, because there's certain sides of the building,
people don't like lights.
They don't like lights.
Yeah. So it's just a cave as soon as you go into there. And no, that's exactly how it felt. And then like one flickering fluorescent light, and like, oh God. Oh.
It was like working with vampires, because you know how blind I am. And it was so frustrating. It was so frustrating looking at a computer monitor. And all I want to do is turn on lights. And, you know, when you're working with a majority of millennials, for some odd reason, you turn on lights, it's like their skin is going to fall off.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'd say if any worker, I would say almost, would prefer not to have lights on. Most. But if you have the option, they most likely turn it off. But most companies don't let you have that option.
Yeah.
So, like, back in the day, like, me and you, I'm a little older than people that work there. Yeah, I was used to just
I thought you could see you a little older than me. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
We're close.
Yeah.
We're closer, I mean,
no, we're not.
Millennials that work there, like 20
that's
somethings.
True. Well,
yeah. So.
Well, we can say Cat. Cat isn't even 21.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. I just found that out.
Yeah. But Assassin, that was such a cool game that you brought to the work environment, because it was, you really brought people together.
Oh, yeah.
And so what is Assassins?
Okay. Assassins is, I would love to say I created it, but I just took the rule set. Sure, I did. Okay, I created it. Saying that now. I want all rights and royalties. So the basic premise is Tommy's playing. He now has to kill one person.
Not really.
No, okay, sorry. Kill in the game. So in the game, you can make a kill by a spoon or a Nerf gun. And a letter bomb, which is a little more difficult to explain. But
Well, that's how I got killed, was a letter bomb.
So, we'll explain that. I don't want to go into, like, super details on that.
Well,
but,
somebody... So
Tommy's got to kill somebody, but somebody also has Tommy's name. So, say there's 25 people. You are really only going to contact the person in front of you and behind you in the list. Mm-hmm. So not everybody's against each other at the same time.
And everybody has a name, a code name.
Yeah. So Tommy's was the best, I thought, at that time, which was Fluffy Bunny Feet. And
I've nobody knows where that comes from.
I know. Where did it come from? Tell us now.
No,
exclusive.
I will.
Okay.
But you keep going.
Okay. So So imagine a list of names, just straight up, an Excel spreadsheet. That's what I always did. So Tommy.
So now you're talking over my head. What's it called again?
Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's over my head.
So, okay. Imagine a list you write in a dry erase board. I know we can do it now if you want to.
We can't touch that one yet. Until the book is done.
Okay, you guys. I'm going to tell Tommy to take a picture of his dry erase board.
Oh, I have.
So
I've got several pictures of that.
Oh my gosh! Try to read his handwriting. Good luck. But yeah. So it'll eventually go down to where there's 2 assassins left, and they're both against each other, and then they'll do an epic duel like the first round.
The first round was hilarious.
Yes.
It was Jeremy and Wes, and so folks, imagine, like, the only way I can describe it is like a courtyard, and 2 guys heavily armed with Nerf guns, and I think one of them had a Nerf sword, or a Nerf knife.
They had spoons.
Oh, was it spoons?
Yeah. So Jeremy found a Sonic toy. He went to Sonic, and his son got a toy from there that was a nunchuck spoon. So it had a chain between 2 spoons until he just go spin it around. That's actually what he killed Wes with at the end. But in the game, you can actually carry like an umbrella or something to block Nerf bullets.
And that's what they had. Yeah.
Wes actually made an umbrella with a hole in it so he could shoot out from it while blocking the shots from Jeremy. Jeremy came out with a shield that he custom made from home. They just circled each other.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. And then they circled each other for about a minute and a half. It felt like 5 for the people that were watching. And then Wes tripped and fell, and Jeremy pounced.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really good.
But it was fun because it really did bring people that you really didn't associate with. Because, imagine that building was not really designed well for interpersonal relationships. Because you have, you go up these stairs, and you go to the left side, and then you go to the right side, and you got the managers with their freaking offices. And
we won't speak bad about anybody here. But, I've got some stories off the line, I'll tell you.
But the game Assassins, I really wish I had known about that years ago, because that would be a great way to build team chemistry, a great way to, what do you call it? Camaraderie.
Because people were talking to each other, never would have talked to each other before.
Yeah.
Like, the second round, one of my favorite stories is that Brittany, she's going to kill me if she listens to this. These? Sure.
Yes.
She made a great kill attempt against Khan, which she ran after him. He didn't have a weapon. He ran away. She stood by his car because she knew that he had to come to his car eventually. Yeah, so she just sat there waiting for him. And he called somebody from the office to come down. And another important rule with assassins is you don't want witnesses, or else everybody can kill you. So you can, long story short, you just do not want witnesses.
Right.
So he called somebody from the office, and they come out and just sat down and watched it. And so he's sitting on the stairs watching, laughing. And then the other Dan comes down and actually distracts her while Khan jumps into the car. And she jumps on the trunk, sits on the trunk, and he slowly starts driving. He's like, I'm going to go. And so she finally just jumps off. And then it's funny because she goes upstairs to get her stuff. And she comes back downstairs. And one of the new advocates comes up. It's like, hi, you're Brittany, right? Yeah, Brittany. Spoon. So the new advocate nobody knew was playing just came up, learned her name, and just murdered her out.
Murder. Wow.
It was so good.
But that's why in life you should always carry a plastic spoon with you. You never know.
Those are some of my favorite episodes with you, being like talking as you're running to your car.
Extremely paranoid.
Yes.
Carrying my spoon out.
It's so funny.
But that, I mean, it goes back to that. How I died was I had but if you hadn't, well, I'll say it. If you hadn't given me the tip about not opening the piece of paper that says letter bomb.
Yeah, as long as you don't read it, you're fine.
Yeah.
There has to be a way to disarm a letter bomb. So it has to be interactive, is what I said.
Right.
So you have to open it, or it has to stick to your hand. Hint, hint.
Which the second one did.
Yep. So from the story,
Jeremy, you're still an asshole.
Yep. Was it Red Ryder that killed you?
Yeah.
Yep. So that was Jeremy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they started doing what killed you was putting Post-it note on the door with a sticky tape that would stick to your hand. You pull it off. You go to your door handle, pull it off, and it stuck to your hand. It said boom.
Well, it's like you said though. If you don't have a witness, though.
Well, I mean, for letter bombs doesn't matter. You don't want a witness for a spoon or a Nerf gun kill.
But I could have been not having. Yeah, I could have said nothing. Mm-hmm. But I was at the point going, this is too good. This is too funny.
Yep.
I'll admit it. I'm dead.
Everyone was super honest, and that's what I'm really happy.
But that's, I mean, and that's why having that game really does bring out the good in a company. It really does. I mean,
with all the murder
and mayhem, yeah. But that's why it was so fun, is because you really had to. I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, I failed in those classes, but that's another story. But you really do have to go inside yourself to say, all right, I have to be honest. I have to have some integrity to say, all right, I'm dead.
Yep.
Time to move on.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that integrity, why would anybody want to hang with you, work with you? So I think on several different levels, that's why that game is so important to bring to companies. Because again, like you said, you're normally not communicating with, you get into in a company such as where we worked, where you do have, well, you only work on this segment, you work on this segment. Chances are you're not always going to be interacting with people, and especially the way that building, again, is laid out.
Yes. You're
not going to see unless you're
people,
really. unless you're having lunch, and then you'll hang out with them. Possibly
or like you having lunch at 2:00 every day.
I don't like lunch, but see, it goes back to my previous life of being on the road, and I was always alone, and I would normally, for me, I would have breakfast at the hotel alone, and then throughout the day have work, and then I wouldn't eat until later on for dinner. So I was always alone. So for me, having lunch at 2:00 was unusual for me, because I normally
didn't take a lunch.
I never took lunches, or I was back in that cubicle farm, so that's what I hated, and that was it's my own fault, own.
It wasn't suited for your personality.
No.
So that's what sucked. It was great having you there because your personality and everything else, but you were dying on the inside.
I was dying on the inside because I felt like the biggest idiot on the planet, and that's why I hated repeatedly going to you to say, how do I frickin' do this? How do I do this? And it's like, I was just there for a paycheck. And it was funny because, today, Ann and I went to the grocery store, and one of her comments was how gas prices have just skyrocketed. $2.76, I think it was. And imagine taking an hour and a half drive, hour and a half drive back. We would do our budget, and we would budget anywhere between $250 and $300 for my gas Imagine now. Yeah.
Jeez.
Imagine that now.
Yeah.
So, quite happier now.
Very much so. Yes.
Yeah.
But, so how is Tommy doing, though?
We're not there yet.
No?
We're not there yet. We're gonna talk. Let's talk about your mom.
Okay. So now we're going even further back.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. Now, how personal do you want to get? Like, I was
This
born
is up to you. This is up to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very transparent, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Why hasn't your dad ever been on one of these podcasts? I'd love to.
it's a good question. Quite honestly, technology.
Really?
Yeah.
Where does he live? Does he live here?
Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My dad, I mean, he how do I phrase this other than not ending up on a couch with Freud?
Would he know what Skype is if you had told him about it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But, I see, you're very like my dad. You're a very rah-rah type guy. If you find somebody that you believe in,
mm-hmm.
you're going to be their cheerleader. That's how my dad is with me. I mean, with not just the podcast, but with the writing. I mean, I was super excited. I just signed a new coaching client this week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did a ballsy move, and I doubled my rate.
Dang.
And this person...
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it your dad? No.
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Okay.
No. But I love my dad to death. And it was funny because Jason Kreidman, I'm going to screw up his name, but he has a podcast, Dudes to Dads is his podcast. And yeah, Dudes to Dads. Great podcast. It's a lot of fun.
I'm just thinking about cabins. Sorry, keep going.
Captain Morgan?
Cabins.
Oh, cabins.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Sorry. Inside joke.
Way inside joke.
Yeah.
But Jason did that. He interviewed his dad on his podcast, and he told me, he said, "You got to do it. You got to do it." And I said, "Well, it's the only reason. Quite honestly, it's technology."
What if does he visit or do you visit?
No.
Oh, okay.
So,
how do you visit him? Not enough. But years ago, when I was speaking of United Airlines, when I was working on a project for United Airlines, I was in Chicago, and probably out of the week, I probably saw him 3 to 4 times, which was we played tennis. My gosh, we did a lot. It was great, but yeah, he's in Chicago. Make sure you don't hit buttons over there. Sorry, I saw your arm getting close.
No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good. But there's a running joke between my dad, my son Connor, that my dad keeps saying, "Yeah, I'm going to come out there. I'm going to come out there." And so, but
that's how my dad is too. Like he's.
Oh, I have to ask. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
Has the house been fixed? Has the tree been moved because of the tornado?
Oh yes, the house is supposed to be fixed by the end of this month.
So when was that tornado?
December 20th or something. Like it was a freak Texas tornado that just hit like 3 houses in Rusk, and that was one of his. It was his. But then I don't know if you knew, my stepmom.
Yeah, your stepmom passed away.
So,
I was still at work when you did the road trip. With your brother.
Yep, that was no fun.
Why?
It's the truck. I would have been completely fine if we would have taken my little Kia, or whatever. But he has this, huge dually. This truck is meant for pulling trailers.
Right.
So imagine a suspension that's meant for pulling trailers that doesn't have a trailer on it, and it's hitting Oklahoma, Colorado roads. You feel every bump, and the seats were straight up, so your head just just moving back and forth. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think I got 10 hours of sleep in 4 days, 3 days, somewhere around there.
Well, you were nonstop though, because you guys didn't you guys leave?
Yeah, we left Friday night, spent the night there Saturday, then we left Friday night, got there Saturday.
Because the funeral's Saturday.
Yep, and we. Oh gosh, I didn't tell you about. Did I tell you that we were 15 minutes? Well, so they were going to go to the burial at like 9.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 9 or 10. We got there at about 10 minutes before the whole police escort was going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
They were waiting for us.
Oh my gosh!
Everybody out in suits, sitting out there waiting by their cars, like just staring at us when we pull in. My brother's wife was like, "Oh my God, turn around!" They're all looking at us. We're like, "We can't do it." We're all in our street clothes. They're all in suits, and so we just pull in, jump out. We suit up in about 5 minutes, run out, and everyone's still waiting for us. We follow. We do the funeral.
So you arrive. You arrive at the funeral,
mm-hmm.
and then essentially just have to turn around and get back in the truck.
Yeah, and then drive to where they're going to bury her.
Bury her. Okay.
Yeah. And then they did the service there, but
okay.
I felt so bad because everyone was just standing by their trucks waiting. Because my dad just called us like 10 minutes before and be like, "Okay, we're going to wait for you." Oh God, so my brother Adam just hits on the gas, and hopefully there's no cops listening, but we were going about 90 to 100 down little tiny Texas roads.
What's a cop going to do right now?
I know, especially in Texas.
Yeah.
But I know. We follow all laws, I swear. But, yeah, so we barely made it in time. And we weren't planning on making it to the burial. We were planning to make it to
the funeral.
Yeah.
Or no.
I want to say reception. But
what do you call it? Yeah, the thing.
The thing where they
do the thing, and yeah.
So, and that was horrible too. It was.
Was it horrible?
Great,
the food?
No, actually, the food was really good.
Did you have ribs?
Yeah, barbecue. Everything was. So it was in a church, and they had like this full kitchen, full auditorium, and so much food. But it was just bad because it was so good that I was bawling the whole time. My dad's in front of me, and everyone's like, "Yeah, if it wasn't for Papa, she wouldn't have lasted so long." I was like, oh.
But why? Why so emotional?
Just it hit me hard. I love my dad.
Right.
They were they were talking about Sue's, my stepmom.
Right.
But they were like, yeah, if it wasn't for my dad, then she wouldn't have lasted as long as she did. And now we have new Papa in our family and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, and my dad's crying. So I don't know if I've ever seen him cry. So it's one of those things where it's just, if you see him crying, there's something wrong. So,
but that's okay.
It is. It was. Yeah.
It is.
But it's old school thinking. I mean, he's 75, something like that.
Well, he's around the same age as my dad.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was the age where you shouldn't show emotions. So I cry at Big Fish, the movie Big Fish. So.
Oh, I didn't know if it was a band.
Yeah. No.
Is that Fish. Really Big Fish?
No.
Is
Fish.
It just Fish?
Yeah, just Fish.
Okay.
No, I don't cry at Fish. But watch Big Fish. And, well, I don't want to say daddy issues, but, like, that makes me sound like a stripper. But it's kind of true. I mean, like, me and my dad used to be super close. And suddenly, this conversation about my dad, when he asked about my mom.
Right.
But my dad is the one that I really had bigger issues with. So we...
But now, you do.
Still, yes. But we used to be best friends. Go hunting, fishing all the time. We're super, super close.
Right.
Teenage years, you go crazy.
Yeah.
We grew apart. I started smoking pot and doing stupid stuff.
What teenagers do.
Yeah, pretty much. And then so we grew apart. But now it's like I can't hold conversations with him on the phone. I get too nervous. I don't know what it is. Like,
are you still smoking dope? Is that why? Because you're paranoid?
No. Yeah, no, that's not it at all. It's just, I don't know.
But
I hold him in such high regards that I get nervous when I talk to him.
What about your brother? Your brother has a different relationship with your dad.
Which brother? I have 4 brothers.
Oh.
But, so you're talking about Adam.
Yeah.
So Adam was the opposite. He was really nowhere close to my dad all through his childhood and through teenage years and stuff. But now, when he's older and how he's got a family and stuff, they're the closest buds ever.
Well, they can relate.
Yeah, and they've got very close personalities, too. Like, they've got great sense of humor and great storytellers. So.
I'm sorry. but you've got a great sense of humor, and you're funny too.
True, but it's there's different.
Yeah, I can.
Different ways, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So I couldn't bullshit with my dad like I do with you. Oh wow.
Did you just call me your dad?
No, but as a personality wise, like.
Hold on, no, hold on. Did you just call me your dad? You're grounded.
Oh crap! No, I don't want to do this stupid podcast anymore. No, but you know what I mean. Like bullshit with just even my friends.
Right.
I couldn't do that with my friends as well as I couldn't. You know what I mean. I couldn't bullshit with my dad as well as I do with my friends.
Right.
So and we used to be. I used to be able to have jokes with him. It was talk, raunchy stuff and whatever. But no, it's like I don't know what to say to him. And then what kills me is that he's never called me before. Not very rarely. And he calls me out of the blue last Friday, and I'm just like, oh God, what's happening? Like,
who's died now?
Oh my God! And no, he just wanted to talk. He's feeling really lonely, so it's like, okay, well then I stopped everything. I was just like, okay, I got to help my dad. And,
yeah.
So, man, it's been a weird relationship with my father.
How often do you call him though? So maybe this is that not again, not a psychiatrist, but maybe this is that time to rekindle.
I call them major holidays, birthdays.
Well, like Arbor Day.
Yeah, Arbor Day. That's a major one. We always celebrated that. But yeah, no, like
ironically, Arbor Day, tree, tornado.
Yes,
which is.
See, that's going to kill him, though. He's moving into his house where his now deceased
wife
chose all the decorations and all the furniture for this new house. So he's going to go in there and just think nothing but her. It's like we've offered him to come and stay up at our place, and the same with my brother Adam. So he said he's going to come up, but yeah, we'll see. I just feel bad.
My dad says that too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Oh man, it was pulling teeth to get him into the wedding. My mom had to write him a letter because he was actually coming down. I hope he doesn't listen to this. He won't. Like my dad knows.
That's okay. My dad will.
Yeah.
If that helps.
Yeah. Okay. So don't do what my dad did, where he was going to come down a month before with Sue when she was pretty sick, and he was going to come up to Colorado and say hi, just drive by, and leave, go back. And my wedding's in a month. I'm like, you can just postpone it for a month, right? No, we can't do it. No. So my mom heard about it. I love my mom. She's just an amazing
How long were they
person.
married?
Long time.
Really?
20 years, I want to say.
Wow.
20 something, yeah, something around there. So, and then they got divorced like 90 something, 92, I think. But
and
so
how old were you?
Like 10.
Oh.
Just enough where I didn't take it personally, and I just was like, hey, I'm going to get 2 Christmases. This is going to be awesome.
At least, yeah.
So, I didn't mind. I think that's, if you plan on getting a divorce, do it when your kids are older.
Older.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I didn't take it personally at all.
I did.
You did? How old were you?
5.
Okay, see, about 10 is when you realize that, Santa Claus isn't real. Now I have 2 people that give me presents. So, I mean, he's not real. Oh, shoot.
What do you mean there's no Santa Claus?
Well, no, it's the Easter Bunny, really.
Right.
Easter
Bunny's an idiot.
I know, but yeah.
Okay. Sorry to Easter Bunny. No, I hate it. It took me a long time to actually enjoy Christmas, even as a parent, because I hated being. All I want to do was be in one house, play with my toys, and that's it. But I had to go pack up my stuff. Shit. And then, my dad would come and pick me up, and then it would be,
Would you do split Christmas? Like, on Christmas days, half and half?
It depends. And I'm trying to remember, but I think there were times where it was Christmas Day where...
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. And, even now it sucks, because we try, luckily Anne's former husband, he's a bit more flexible, but there was.
I don't want to hear about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to picture that either. But there were you try to have both sets of kids coordinated so everybody's being able to celebrate the holidays together, and it's a fucking pain.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why part of it why I hated the holidays is because going through it and going, there were times where, I'd be at, with my mom, and then I'd go with my dad, or my dad, and then had to end up at my dad's girlfriend's parents, who I loved, actually.
Oh, nice.
I loved them.
Yeah.
But it was just the whole having to go from one house to another house to another. And it's just like, I just want to be. I just want to be. And this is, as I've gotten a lot older, I've become more and more of an introvert because I like the surrounding. I like being in this office. I like, when I get up in the morning, knowing all I have to do is come here. And that's it. I don't have to, and it's funny, but seeing you, I was like, I miss having other interaction with people.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think you're an introvert.
You
just like doing.
No.
Stuff.
I took the Briggs and Stratton test, so therefore
that's 100% accurate. No matter what, your answers were. No matter what, that's exactly what you are. No, you like people.
To a point.
How much do you like me?
Well, I love you.
Oh, see,
if we were in a cabin together,
I know. Well, that's another story.
But what's the age differences for your brothers? You and your brothers?
4 years, everyone. Like, well, my blood brothers. It's four brothers. 4 years is 4 years between me and Adam. 4 years between Adam and Greg. 1 year between me and my stepbrother, and I think it's almost 4 years from my stepbrother to his brother.
And how often do you see them?
Less often now. Ben, especially the youngest.
Are they in Texas?
No, they're all here. I just saw Adam. I went camping with him 2 weeks ago.
Where'd you go?
Oh crud. It's right outside of Loveland.
Red Feather?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a big one. Big, cool.
Estes Park?
Yeah, it's actually me and Christy just went there for a bed and breakfast, and that was a lot of fun. So.
Well, the only reason I'm saying this is because I'll have to show you. I've got a KOA website up.
Oh, and you're going camping?
We're planning a camping trip.
Yeah.
And I hate camping.
Camping is fun if you have an RV. That's what my brother had. Tent camping is miserable.
No. I'm going to tell you why, no. Because the last time we went camping, we went to Moab.
Uh-huh.
However, we went, I think it was in July. July.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hot.
What? Yep. Okay.
But it was a blast.
Moab. What is Moab again? Is it kind of like a desert?
A little bit. A lot of it. But we actually stayed. This proves I know nothing about camping. But it worked out so well.
Oh.
So we stayed at a KOA. So if KOA wants to sponsor this podcast,
I love KOA.
I learned to love KOA.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's a good slogan for KOA. I learned to love KOA.
I learned to love. It could be a bumper sticker. Why not? But we stayed. I think it was called Green Valley, which was an hour outside of Moab.
That's in. I want to say it's Utah, but
it's still Utah.
Is it Utah or Wyoming?
No, it's Utah.
Okay, yeah, because it's right next to Dinosaur National Park.
I think so.
Yeah. We stayed there in July too, and I wanted to shoot myself.
But it was great because the campgrounds we stayed at had a pool.
Yeah.
Had a shower.
Yep.
Had a bathroom.
Yes.
Didn't have to
Well, that's what's good about KOAs.
Yeah.
They have all the amenities.
Breakfast. You had breakfast there, too.
Mm-hmm.
It was so cool.
Yep.
My wife, former Army, she she'd be happy in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. I can't be in the middle of nowhere.
How much do you like sitting around a campfire, though, with like your family members and just all bullshitting and
making s'mores?
Yeah, s'mores.
Oh, it's
hot
fun.
dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. But
the amenities is what you miss?
Yeah.
Well, that's why my brother's, that truck I told you about.
Yeah.
He's got I don't even know, 20-foot RV, or camper, trailer, whatever. Fits, sits, sleeps, Jesus. 9 people.
Oh, it sleeps Jesus?
Yeah, sleeps Jesus. And then 8 other people other than that. So, we had 8 people that night, and it was so nice. Like, we just got a running shower, toilet, everything. 2 sinks, one outside, one inside.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, and another fridge outside. So there's out there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so great. I'm like, I love camping, and then I see this, I'm like, I think I really love camping now.
Was it John? I think it was John Panette. One of my favorite comedians.
He's great. Well, maybe rest in peace.
Yes. Yeah. Whatever, to my homies, whatever.
Yeah.
But
we need a refresher.
We do. He talks about going on a camping trip.
I don't remember that.
And he had just come off the road, and he's dragging his suitcase through the woods. And they're leaving the camper. And he's like, why are we leaving the camper? Because we have to go tent camping. Yeah. He's like, no. Or as he would say, nay, nay. And he's like, nay, nay, no. And we're working on trying to figure out plans to go camping.
Gateways have cabins, too. Those cabins are awesome.
Yeah, but
we have
tents. We have tents. I mean, we still have Anne's tent from when she was in the Army. It's an 8-person tent.
Oh yeah, those are huge.
And
nice.
Here's the cool thing about it. There's like a wall, so you just drop this wall. So you get the girls on one side and the boys on the other side.
Oh, sweet! Yeah, so it's 2 room.
2 room. Yeah. But we also have a couple other tents too that we can do girls in one tent and boys in one tent. Or kids in one. Nah.
This is the drinking tent, and that's the kids' tent.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we have the oldest is 21, so.
Hey, perfect.
Yeah.
How is it drinking with her? Have you done it yet?
We really haven't. Other than, we've had.
I'm not saying like we'll get trash.
No.
A beer at a bowling alley or something.
No, we haven't done anything like that. We've had like a big family dinner where we've busted out wine, but that's really it. I haven't. Well, no, I take that. Well, her boyfriend, actually the 4 of us. So we double dated one night, and there's a golf course that this guy Tristan, love him to death. So when it comes to
that's another man crush you have.
I do. Yeah. Tristan, oh my gosh, he is the epitome of boyfriends. Setting the bar, he's set the bar way high. Because he is the perfect boyfriend. He's respectful. When he comes to the house, he says hello. There was a years ago they had Betsy and Tristan had broken up, and she was dating this other guy. This guy was a tool. And so,
do you want to drop a name or no?
I don't even remember the kid's name, but it was just one of those things where you had that expectation that when he came to the house, you expected him to say hi. No, he was. No. So I'm so happy those two got back together. But we double dated. We went and had dinner. We all had drinks, but it wasn't anything really.
Wasn't
But we had. Maybe that's just like you were talking about having my dad on the podcast. Maybe Betsy and I need to go and have cocktails,
personal, private time with your daughter.
Well, and it was funny because just this week. Was it this week? Yes, it was this week. I I did a guest blog for somebody and talking about what's it like to be a bonus dad. And one of the stories I put in this blog was about how before I asked Ann to marry me, Betsy and I had coffee together, and I showed her the ring, and I essentially got her. I wanted her permission too.
That's actually what I was going to ask.
Yeah, so I got her permission.
No,
and
I want to say it's not cheesy, but it kind of is. But it's very.
It was funny because
actually.
it was very respectful because I am very old school, and I even said to Ann, I go, well, should I call your parents to get their permission? And she goes, no, you don't have to do that. And I'm like, I think I do. And through Ann's niece, I got Ann's parents' phone number, and I called them up because we hadn't met yet.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt, I have to do this. This is something you have to do.
Yep.
And so I said to her dad, who is another great guy, I said, so Bill, I know we haven't met, but I'm asking for your permission to marry your daughter. I love your granddaughters. I mean, so I said, by the way, Ann said I don't need to do this. And he's like, yeah, she's wrong. It was great. It was
perfect.
Great.
Well, then you did it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that it goes back to when Ann and I were first dating, is that I said, if we're going to do this and we're going to do this right, we don't want to bring extra baggage into the relationship. And if the kids don't get along, we can't do this.
Yeah.
And people look at us, even to this day, weird, going, so you're letting the kids control your relationship. Yeah, because they're a part of this as anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so not only did I ask Ann's parents, I asked Betsy for their permission too.
See, that's awesome. Yeah.
Well, I just, again, if you're going to create a relationship, everybody's got to be a part of it.
Well, then now I can say the opposite side of that. My stepdad, actually my stepmom, both of them were kind of, I want to say it's like a militant. They both just were inserted into our lives. Like we had no say about it, and I'm sure that contributed to us not liking them at first.
Mm-hmm.
And so the whole teenage years, because they were both around the same time, I hated my stepdad and I hated my stepmom. She was nice, but she was very controlling. Like she said, I was living with my dad, my stepmom. My stepmom was getting physically sick because she didn't know where we were, and we didn't come back home in time.
Mm-hmm.
So they changed the locks on us and said, if you don't make it home by 8, then you have to stay out. So it's like,
were you living with them in Texas?
No, they were living here.
Okay.
And then, I think it's around 2005, because I around that time I moved to Pennsylvania and then hated life and moved back here.
Well, those Amish days.
Oh, the Amish days, yes.
Yeah.
Lots of stories.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But was that, because I know you've told me this before, you and Adam, weren't you, two of you living with them?
It was me, Adam, and Greg.
Okay.
Were living with my dad at the time. And then I think Adam moved out right before this started happening, and then she started flipping out, and because her son, she has really good relationships with her son and daughter,
right?
And so she was like, "Why aren't you guys like that? You should tell me where you're going all the time, all this other stuff." I'm like 18, 19.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go smoke pot or
yeah.
do whatever the hell I was doing at the time. So then, of course, I take it bad. I take it personal,
mm-hmm.
and I flip out, and I just like, screw you guys. I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
Right.
And so I blew out. Probably lived with my mom until I was 24 or whatever. Could you cut that part out of the podcast, please?
No.
Oh, crap.
I don't know how to edit.
I know. Oh, crap. But yeah, and then so my stepdad, he was the same way almost, where he was the bread, money maker. So that was his house. You left your shoes out somewhere, he would throw them away.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, cool. Now you have to buy me new shoes. Like, this is like the worst way you could do this. But I'm sure we were complete dicks to him. So then that's
right.
Eventually it just
did he have
built
kids?
up. Yeah.
Okay.
My two stepbrothers.
Okay.
So, but he didn't deal with them well either at the beginning. And then, so what's really funny is that now that we're all grown up, we had great relationships now. Like me and Bob were. I mean, I'm not gonna say like super close, but yeah, there's no ill feelings anymore. And the same with my stepmom. She was awesome. She was a super good caregiver whenever she would come out in Texas and stuff. But yeah, it was. I think it was the wrong way to do it. If they would have talked to us and, like, this is what's happening, I'm sorry to be, come into your life, but, I'm sorry to point out. Sorry to, I guess I'm not your mother? I don't know how you want to phrase that, but, yeah.
So let's talk about your mom.
Okay. She's awesome.
She's a writer.
Yeah.
Romance novel writer.
Was. I don't know if she is anymore, although it's a little weird. But, yeah, so she used to be a Harlequin romance writer. I'm in 2 of her books.
Please explain.
Okay.
Because this is why I was so excited having you here.
And then finally we get to the juicy details.
Because I had mentioned this on the sort of pre-podcast that I didn't know how much detail we could go into this about this, and I'm like, I have to ask. So
I'm in 2 of her books. I think I'm in 2. I think just she named one of the main characters Scott, and I don't know. I have not read either one, but I know that one of them, the main character is a girl or a woman, has 3 kids named Adam, Greg, and Scott. So I'm in it as a child form, so it's fine, I guess.
Do the characters have any like dialogue, or is it just mentioned that? Because you haven't read them.
Again, it's kind of weird reading your mom's sex books.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's something I never really wanted to dive into.
But aren't you curious to see if you have any dialogue?
Not at all. I'll give it to you, but I don't.
I would love to know, because it would be great blackmail.
It would.
Or be fun to just, say something to you, because this comes from your mom's book, and be able to fuck with you on it. Yeah.
No, it's a weird thing, because people ask a lot, like, oh, you ever read your mom's books? I'm like, yeah, I've read her, young adult books that she's out now. What about her heart? No. Because she's writing a romance book about what her likes and stuff are, and no, I don't want to know that. Okay, so your mom writes a romance book. Would you read it?
I really want to say yes. Just because...
Curiosity?
It would be more of a perspective of writing.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's why I've read her young adult ones. They're decent. Yeah, that's nothing I would get into because it's too old for it, but she writes well for a young adult. Or young adult audience, I'll say. Yeah.
So she went younger?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because she came up with like a story idea. Well, so she wrote, I think, around 27 Harlequin books. Then she took a break for a while, and then...
Was she good?
Yes.
So... do you know the backstory? Why she got into it?
Well,
into writing, or just writing in general?
I think it was perfect for her because she's great at what she does, but it was perfect at the time because I just remember being home and she made like a little office out of 2 bookshelves, put it in the middle of the living room, and she would sit there. It was so funny. She would sit on her computer just typing away while watching Days of Our Lives. Just typing, watching. I'm like, how do you do this? This is amazing. And so, like, eventually, like, I learned a lot of stuff from her, like, a lot of good English and typing, and as you can tell, a lot of good English.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was really cool seeing her because she was a stay-at-home mom, but still a writer. So I was like, wow, she was amazing.
what? I mean, I know you and I have talked about that. Where's your writing?
Mm-hmm. It's about I think I'm a chapter in, and I have been for like 5-10 years. I need to just sit down and.
Yeah, this is 2 years. That whiteboard is 2 years.
Okay. Yep. Like the bottom is waiting versus creating.
Yeah.
And
well, that came from a coach named Armando Cruz, who was kind enough to give me some of his time, and he said, "Your problem is you're waiting instead of creating." And I'm like, "Oh, I got to write this down." And so I immediately put it on there, and because I just find that for me, I spend more time waiting for things to happen than creating things to happen.
Yeah.
So that would be my advice to you: is quit waiting, just do it.
Well, they say actually procrastinators are.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that NPR story?
Yeah,
that was great. That's
not only procrastinators, but as you can see, you're on
busy desks.
Because you're on Anne's side of the desk here. This is, and this is actually down here. I just took everything and just threw it on the floor, going, I need a little more workspace.
I think that's what filing cabinets for, or just shelves. Well, more shelves.
Yeah, and that's what we've talked about is putting. I've said I want to, because my. Oh, you've seen it because you pull it up. My former townhome.
Yes.
And it had the built-in bookshelves.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love it. And it was perfect because where you saw the bookshelves, there was a built-in desk, and then the windows. Even though the windows just looked outside to the driveway between the townhomes, but I love that townhome.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I need more bookshelves in here. I mean, that bookshelf is Anne's aunt's when she moved to Arizona, and it's just I need
rinky dink. I don't even think it's connected over there.
No. I'm waiting one day to be doing a podcast or something, and exactly. Just tell them.
Avalanche books.
Yeah, I mean, there was actually more books on top. And in the closet there, I just took one of those shelves, rearranged, and put a bunch of books up there going, because,
Okay, here's the first question. How many of those books have you actually read?
Majority of them. I really have.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah. And it's really funny because my dad, oh my God, the next time I go to Chicago, I need to take a picture of his bookshelves because he's got... where he and his girlfriend, Rosie, they have these beautiful built-in bookshelves and it was funny because growing up, I was not an avid reader. Did you ever read the book Shane?
Nope, I've heard of it. But.
So that was one of those books where he forced me to read. We were on a vacation together, and he had the book. He goes, "You're going to sit there and you're going to read." I'm like,
how old were you at the time?
I was around 16 or 17.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, because we drove, I think it was Michigan. We drove to wherever we were going. And and it was a good lesson because I really got into the book. And right after that, it's like, all right, the movie's coming on. We're going to watch it. I'm like, oh, cool. So now I got to take what I just read and then watch the film and learn. And this is something I loved about what you made me listen to Ready Player One.
Uh-huh.
And some of the things, I mean, Ready Player One, it was...
I knew that you were going to struggle to not listen to it, and I'm like, you're going to love it. Trust me. And then,
well, with all the 80s references, I understood it. And then the AI technology, I loved.
Did you watch the movie yet?
I haven't watched the movie yet. I don't want to watch the movie.
It's good. Just don't think of it as a it's not a continuation.
But see, this is the household I live in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you'll definitely relate to this. Is that Anne and Betsy have this love of Harry Potter.
Uh-huh.
And
the books.
They love the books, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll read the books, and then they'll
She's
go
got a
see the
Hogwarts
movie.
sweater on right now.
She does. She has a Hogwarts sweater.
I was going to comment on that. I forgot.
And they get so involved in the books, and when the movies come out, then I get to hear, well, they didn't do this in the movie, and that's why I don't want to see Ready Player One, because I don't want to have that disappointment.
Yep.
Because I mean, I'm trying to think. I don't listen to a lot of audiobooks.
Uh-huh.
The only audiobook was Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. And that was one of the very first audiobooks I listened to.
Okay.
But I love the world of podcasting, and I loved...
That's different than audiobook.
It is. It really is. Yeah. But when you said, here, you have to listen to this book, and I'm like... It doesn't fit. I mean, majority of those books are all business books, motivational books. I mean,
yeah.
So that's my world. And when you said no,
it's a book about a online game where this guy's trying to
and I don't do video games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do any kind of online games. I mean, yeah. I grew up back in the 80s when I had Atari.
Yeah. You know, Pac-Man was, at least. And, yeah.
I hated Pac-Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was... The only game was Space Invaders.
Okay.
That's the only game I liked.
Yeah.
But for me, I mean, even to today, like, I can't sit and... As much as I love playing basketball, I suck at it, but I can't watch basketball. I'd rather do it versus...
golf.
I love golf.
Mm-hmm.
Love golf.
Watching it?
I can watch golf.
Oh, wow. That's the most boring sport.
The only reason why is when they fuck up.
Okay, yep.
Because I'm looking for that. It's
well, see, the extremes. If they do really good, too, you're like, oh, my God.
Yeah, how do you make that shot?
Yeah.
You know, years and years ago with Sergio Garcia, where he made that incredible shot around a tree and put it on the green. You're sitting there going... And then here's the thing: you take that and you go, oh, and you're on the golf course and you have a similar shot going, hey, I got this. I have, for you golfers out there, I have a 3-wood, and the shaft is bent because I tried to do a similar shot, and my follow through, I hit the tree.
Oh God!
And bent, and it was my favorite 3-wood.
Oh,
and I've never gotten it fixed.
Yeah.
So,
that is something we should do someday. I would love to golf.
Golf? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When Top Golf comes up in Thornton, we should do that, too.
I love... I mean, I'm really bad.
Have you been to Top Golf?
No.
Do you know what Top Golf is?
Is that... No.
So, Top Golf, it's pretty much... Imagine just bays, and you go up there and rent a bay out, like a bowling alley for an hour.
Right.
It has different games on it. The one I like to play is like the chipping one. And so, it just has little circles out there.
Oh,
and it has a computer chip in your ball, and so it keeps track of your score for you. And it's like, oh, good, you got a middle ring, or it's like, oh, I don't know where that one went.
Yeah.
So all you do is just sit up there and hit balls.
But see, you bring up technology, and I love that. And I really, in the back of my mind, why hasn't like the NFL had put chips in footballs?
Oh,
for
like you thinking like the hockey thing, where you can see like the streak.
No, don't you ever. That was that. The worst. Oh my God. That was the worst thing that Fox came up with.
Yeah. They don't have that anymore, do they?
No, thank goodness.
Yeah. I loved it.
But no, for like...
See where the puck was.
But for yardage. Because, they bring out the crew and...
They've got a kind of crappy system of it, but it's never right.
Yeah, that's why I think put a chip in.
Yeah.
You're going to know exactly where the football was, especially on a pile. Mm-hmm. You're going to know exactly, all right, this is where it is versus where, a human error.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That would be nice, but I like the kind of unpredictability of it. Like, just like hockey. Why do you need to be shown where the puck is at all times? Yeah. It's like, well, it's up to the refs, I mean, they're kind of crooked sometimes, but,
Well, and that's why I'm not a fan of right now with baseball, where they have the ability to challenge.
Mm-hmm.
That
helped football out. Before the challenges, like, it was just...
But it takes the human element out of the game. If I'm a referee and I make a call,
mm-hmm.
you have to understand either side. Yeah. This is the call. I've made the call. Period.
What if the call's wrong and you just didn't see it?
That's okay.
Yeah.
But that's where, and I think that's where it's finally evolved with major sports, is that, for example, I'm a home plate umpire and I miss something. I'm going to gather the rest of the umpires around and say, all right, I missed this. What did you see? What did you see? But back in the day, you would never challenge your colleague. But now it's opened up, and I think it's okay. That's why I don't like the fact that you have more cameras, especially with baseball. You have more cameras in.
Mm-hmm.
That element needs to go away.
Yeah. Do you watch baseball?
Well, no.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's another one of the sports where I could sit there and watch it at the stadium, but that's also drinking my beer.
Yeah.
And I love to play it, but I can't watch it on TV.
Yeah, we just went, the Cubs are in town.
Yeah.
And Ann's nephew's fiance. Fiance.
Is this a baseball joke?
No.
Okay.
Her family has season tickets to the Rockies. And so they were kind enough to say, hey, we're going either, because the Cubs are in town Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went Saturday. And great seats. Yeah.
Is that the one that Sloan was in, right? Also?
No, that was the Abs.
Oh.
The Blackhawks were in town.
That's right.
And Sloan was at the game. And unfortunately, the ushers wouldn't let him come down. So we couldn't say hi. We kept trying to meet up, but it didn't happen.
Oh.
But yeah.
I was telling you about that. So.
Yeah.
But.
So anyway, no, I don't want to watch Ready Player One yet.
It's its own thing. Just go into it thinking that, and the visuals on it are fantastic.
And all the previews.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the music.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
mm-hmm.
I'm a huge Depeche Mode.
Have Rush. That's
How can you not have Rush?
They have it in one of the trailers. They're playing Tom Sawyer, and then they don't have it in the movie at all. They show a 2112 poster at the very end, and that's like one of my biggest issues with that, because that
doesn't make sense.
Huge part of that book, but yeah.
But see, and that's why I don't want to go see the movie.
It's still a good movie, though.
I don't know.
It's like Lord of the Rings. Actually, I think
I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
Okay, stop the podcast. We're going to go watch it. We'll be back in 12 hours.
But see, that my Anne would love to go and sit and watch Lord of the Rings.
Have you read them?
No, it's not my... It's just not my thing. I mean, here's what I'm reading now.
Oh, 50 Shades of Grey. Oh, man.
That was good. That was good. No, Awaken the Giant, Tony Robbins. And then I've got this book Book of Failures by Amy Lyle.
Okay.
And then Marcus Aurelius Anderson.
Okay.
His book.
I love that name.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
He was a great guest on the podcast. Amy was a great guest on the podcast. So, yeah. So, Lord of the Rings
no, doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do anything.
Yeah. I've always been a fantasy fan though too. So that's But going back to that, never once have I actually read a romance book. Oh, I did try 50 Shades of Grey. And I got
Define you tried.
Tried to get through it. Read it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if it was an audiobook. I just was like, what the hell's going on? Like, I get like halfway through and like she's finally with the dude and I'm like, this is not my area.
No.
No. close that book forever. No.
And I mean, so even though your mom wrote romance novels, that was never something you were curious about reading.
Nope. I don't know.
I mean, you lived it.
Yes.
Sort of.
But that sounds weird.
Yeah, but, I mean, yeah, but...
Yeah, it's just never, like, I mean, would you consider that book a romance? No, I guess. I don't know.
What, 50 Shades?
Yeah. Is that,
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I've never read them, never had any interest in seeing the movies, but
Okay.
what was... Can you recall, like, what your mom's writing regiment was?
Every day. I would see her doing it. Because she would come out with 2 books a year? I think it's 2. She came out with them. It was really fast. Because, yeah, she was writing for like 13, 14 years. Coming out with 27 books.
Right.
Yeah, so it was a day job. Like,
Yeah.
So she'd be up. And my family, my dad was my mom was never really, like, I don't want to say this. She has worked. She was actually a postal employee for a while. But, like, as soon as she had the kids came.
Hold on, didn't you work at the post office too?
Yes.
Wow.
I know. It goes around. So did my grandma, I think. Screw the post office, so I'm going to say. At least working for him.
Do you watch the postal inspectors on Saturday mornings?
No. No, you mean the show that's put on by the post office?
Yes.
They would tell us about it, and no.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Ann watches it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's why I laugh. Me too.
I'm sorry, Ann.
Yeah.
No. So as soon as the kids came along, I don't think she ever worked a quote unquote normal job.
But how did she get into it then? Do you know?
She started when I was way young. So I just remember one of the first houses you remember as a kid, and she was always in that little office doing stuff. So yeah, so she would always just she'd cook breakfast, go right to
writing,
and then that's about it. Yeah, my mom's amazing. She's crazy. She's done a lot of stuff, and I don't know if you talked to her.
We haven't talked. We just emailed.
Okay. Yeah, she's amazing. She worked for NASA for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, and that was, I think, right when the Columbia happened.
Ooh.
Yeah. Explosion.
Yeah.
I think she said she met her or something. I don't remember.
Sally Ride?
Yeah. Every state of mine.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, no, she's done a lot. So. But then my dad, his story, he was a master plumber for a while. And then he started working at Conoco in Texas. They moved him up here to the Conoco station, the plant.
The oil refinery?
Yeah, in Commerce City.
Yeah.
Then he retired from there. And the weirdest thing is the last 2 years that he was working at Conoco, he did not take a single day off. He worked 7 days a week, 12 hours a day.
Wow.
Why? Because he increased his retirement.
Retirement? Oh.
About double, I think he said. Yeah, because it goes off the last 4 years, the average of the last 4 years. So, and then plus, then as soon as he retired, he sold his house, moved to Texas, bought that ranch.
Wow.
So, yeah, and I'm sure I never had the money problems at all.
I think one of the funniest things was you and I were coming from somewhere, and we were driving through Commerce City, the oil refinery, and you were telling me that how your dad would say they'd find bullet holes at the tanks.
People on the highway would shoot the tanks filled with petroleum.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were they thinking? Oh, God.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they said that plant blows up, it's, 20-mile radius is destroyed?
That's okay.
Yeah.
We're far from it.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Aurora.
You're closer to it, so yeah. It was nice knowing you.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll grab the cats and come out here.
No.
Yep.
No. No.
Okay. All right. Now we have to go back. We're going back. Actually, we'll probably go forward from where I was just at. When I first met you. So, I said this originally. Tommy practices what he preaches.
I'm not wearing a tie right now.
Well, yes. First day of work at a construction company, pretty much. And it's me with about 10 guys.
Was this at? Was
blue
this?
jeans,
Are you talking about
Commerce
at?
City training?
What do you call that? Onboarding.
Yep.
Onboarding. Yeah, the
So,
first day.
Yeah, so 10 guys, all in like blue jeans. You can tell they're construction workers. I think I'm in the same thing pretty much because I already knew what the job pertained because Christy was already there. So I didn't really care. I was just like, whatever. And there's Tommy in a full suit, tie. And I'm like, what the hell? He's in onboarding? Like, why would you put a VP of operations through onboarding? This is so weird. Okay. And then I think you sat next to me. And
No, I sat in the front. You sat in the back.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, then that's when they like.
And then because we were designers, so they said, "Who in here?" After going through that video and that quiz,
onboarding.
Actually, I can say this now. I wrote on LinkedIn Post. I wrote a whole thing about how bad their training was.
Oh yeah.
I didn't mention them by name, but yeah, because that's when we had to go take our driving test.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was like, this guy's a designer with me? What the heck?
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, see how he is. And then, yeah, inseparable ever since.
Idiot. That's what I was. I was an idiot.
They gave you a paycheck.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. But the driving test I had fun.
Mm-hmm.
But you had to do parallel parking. I didn't have to do parallel parking.
Yeah, what the hell?
Because we talked baseball the whole time.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't have... I don't talk much sports. I'm like, I love the Broncos.
Sorry.
I couldn't tell you who the quarterback is right now.
Case Keenum.
See?
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was going to be Paxton or...
I don't know what they're going to do with Paxton.
Yeah.
I think he's still under contract.
I think, yeah. So he's probably...
But it doesn't matter because with NFL, they can cut you like that.
Yeah. So...
Yeah. The dude and I, we just... Somehow we got subject to baseball, and he was a former pitcher, and I was asking for advice that I could give because Connor at the time he had pitched last year, but he was the starting catcher this year for baseball. So catching is what he does. But that's all we did was talk, and then he got a phone call, and at one point he said, "Oh, okay, right," and I didn't know if he meant for me to take a right or if he was just saying right isn't correct.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
He goes, oh, no, keep going. You're fine. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, that was such a joke.
Yeah, and then we got back, and as we were getting back to that office, he goes, can you parallel park? I go, yeah, it has to be a former valet. He goes, oh, you're good then.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, he got out the cones for me, and I had to go and do it with some stupid long-ass truck.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't fun.
No. And then we had to go to the main office after that.
And then we got sent home that day, and then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because we had to go take... Well, I did. I had to go take the drug test part 2. That was it.
Yeah. Oh, that was good old days.
Yeah.
And, then the real fun started.
So here's the thing. I like to... When I meet people, and I go, why? Meaning, you are a super intelligent guy. I mean, that's that. I just look at that job going, yeah. You know, it's like when you see your buddies with a girl and go, she's out of his league.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? I mean, I know we've talked about you want to write, but what is it that? I mean, this is just a job for you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's the highest paying job I've ever had. So,
Really?
Mm-hmm. Oh. See, that's another. Okay, so now. I actually want to talk about this too. You've been talking about like manliness and stuff about your last couple of podcasts.
Yeah, exactly.
And so yeah. And so I was thinking about that too, and I was like, oh wow, I am nowhere near that way. Like, I don't mind if Christy makes more money than me. I'll ask questions. I'm not like the super masculine type where, like, I don't want to say I know my place, but I'm just humble. I'll say, Whatever
Well,
happens.
I mean,
So,
when we were walking around the house and I told you all the things that Ann was done, I'm like, I have no...
oh, yeah.
I have no problem with her, fixing toilets, fixing drywall,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's, and it doesn't make me feel less manly.
No.
No. No, it shouldn't make you feel less manly.
I don't care. She'll come to me and say, like, she had to do a video conference.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept, well, I don't understand how to do this. I said, well, how is it? Is it Google Hangout? Is it Zoom? Is it Skype? She goes, I think it's some kind of link. I said, well, it might,
It's a link to anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it turned out to be Google Hangout. I'm like, oh, okay. So walked her through. That's
easy.
That's easy for me.
Yeah.
I told you, I'm IT here.
Mm-hmm. Replace the faucet. How long do you think it would take you?
Months.
Okay.
Here, I'll give you an example. So, two weekends ago, Ann was out of town. It was just my son and I for the weekend. And I went to Home Depot because I had to get string for the trimmer.
Okay, yeah.
And I hate the fact that the trimmer never works as far as, how you're supposed to tap it and then the new string's supposed to come. It never works.
Well, why didn't you get one of the
So what I did was I said I want to replace the head and get one that...
yeah, it's automatic one.
And that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
So Connor kept saying, great, the weekend and Ann isn't here to be able to help us fix this. I'm like, no, we're getting through this. We're going to fix this. And so my neighbor, who very mechanically inclined, I'm like, hey, Mel, can you help me with this? He goes, yeah, I don't know how to fix that either. I'm like, okay. So I kept going through the directions, and it turns out, depending on the type of trimmer you have, yes, the head comes off. My trimmer doesn't. So all you do is you take the new head and you attach it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So it took us an hour to figure out
it won't work.
It won't work that way, but it will work. It works because all you do is attach the head to it. That's all. I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
but I'm okay. I'm okay with not knowing how to fix things. Now, if I was alone, so the townhome, the garbage disposal broke.
Ooh, that's a hard one though too. So
She fixed it and fixed it
really
all by herself.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
I don't. She replaces our light bulbs on our cars.
You don't know how to do a head? Or...
No, because they're too much of a pain.
They are.
And
I think you can figure it out.
I've done it.
Yeah,
I've done it.
Yeah.
But
I hate windshield wipers.
Stop right there. Stop right there. So here's what happened. I'm coming home one night from one of Connor's baseball games. Mm-hmm. It's windier than hell. And it's raining. And all of a sudden, my windshield wipers are on. The driver's side windshield wiper goes boom, by.
I'm imagining Blues Brothers at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gone.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, and this is where it helps to have a little bit of faith, a little bit of God Almighty. Mm-hmm. It had just stopped raining until I got home. Mm-hmm. So I had no windshield wiper on that side. Yeah. And I'm like... So now I have to go buy a new windshield wiper.
That's $20 down the drain?
Yeah. Because we had just replaced them. We had just replaced them.
That's why it flew off.
Yeah.
You didn't have the thing on there.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I go back and I said to the guy, I go, listen, I didn't replace them. So I said, by the way, I must have screwed up. I must have not clamped, whatever you call that stupid thing. He goes, oh, I'll do it for you. It's all right, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I replaced a turn signal on my car.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
windshield wiper fluid, there's a hole in that thing.
Yes. Why don't you get that fixed?
Because that's going to cost money.
About $20. Well, apart from that.
No, because you
have to buy the reservoir.
Yeah, you got to buy a whole reservoir.
Yeah.
And depending on the car, you might have to take the tire off.
Oh, God.
So, no, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, to your point of manliness, I have no problem.
Mm-hmm.
None whatsoever.
Just letting, it's fine. Letting somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah. I don't care if it's a male or female.
Exactly.
If they can fix it, they can fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what goes back to the job thing, though. Like, Christy's she's got 6 years of, she's got a master's in business.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm used to her making more money, whatever. So as soon as I got this job, I was just like, I'm comfortable here. I like the people. The thing I do like about it the most is the bosses, even though you might disagree with me. The bosses are
Yes, golden child.
fantastic. -1 is meh, but yeah, it's
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Here's you did it smartly. I don't know, but the one boss that plays chess.
Mm-hmm.
How did you know he played chess? Other than there's a chessboard
on his desk. I just set it up and started. I played, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
And that's why I think it worked out well for you at that company because you saw that and you said, "Oh, hey, you play chess." You found a commonality.
I tend to do that with everyone, though. Like with you, I did it with. I don't know if there's anyone that's not a friend with me at that work right now.
Well, there's that one, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know what it was. I think it came from my interview. That it was just a not good interview. It
didn't.
I don't know how to describe it. It was just
good on your end or on their end?
It wasn't good, period.
Oh, okay.
There were promises made that didn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
That you know about.
Yeah.
But
we got to talk about that too.
But
okay.
The thing was, I don't know. I coming from a world of training and being in that element for as many years, and there was no training.
Go to a place that has
zero.
Yeah.
And I just never felt wanted. And it's weird because the last 2 training contracts I've been on, the company I worked for, my God, the owner of the company, Mark, he does it well. He gets it because he came from that world. And when it came time to go through the trainer aspect, it was done very high class. It was done in a very comfortable setting. And, he was one of those people where it says, essentially, I don't care. If you think it's the dumbest question, we have to know it.
Yeah.
Because it might come up. And so he created that environment. Going to a company that has 0 training and going, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened to me. Oh, yeah. It got to the point where...
That's what happens to everyone in that company.
Well...
there's certain people you shadow.
Yeah.
The system there was that they, instead of having a trainer, you would just go to a certain person and just sit and watch them and hope that they try to teach you something instead of just... Yeah. So it
was bad experience.
Yeah.
In the people... we both got paired up with the same people, but essentially...
Paired up, or we just chose to go with those people?
Yeah, but I got in trouble that one day, because...
But cheap.
Yeah. Yes, golden child. But I just never felt, and I hate to say it, but I never felt wanted there. Mm-hmm. And it came from management. Mm-hmm. And
that was their problem.
Yeah.
They shouldn't.
But it was my problem too, where I should have said to the one manager, "Hey, I don't know chess, but I don't think there was anything other than I think he's from the Midwest too."
Thank you.
Yeah, but I could hear conversations talking about he was very handy too. And I'm just like, that's not my world.
Yeah.
Construction is not my world. Sitting in a cubicle is not my world. But that was my fault. But it goes back to I needed a paycheck. I needed to work. I needed, to pay for hockey.
I know.
So it was just a no-win situation that, it just came time to say enough's enough.
Yeah. And it didn't work for you. I mean, we could easily tell. It's just the everyday aspects of that job. I still have yet to touch that gas station too, by the way. Just to tell you. One of the jobs you left me.
The
gas demo.
Yeah.
Electric demo. Yeah. I talked to them. They're doing it in June, so.
Yeah.
So I
You haven't designed it yet?
No.
Oh, okay. That's okay. You have a few more weeks.
Yeah, I know.
But you see, that's okay because you know the job.
Sort of. I pretend.
But you know how to do the job.
No, I can bullshit. That's it.
But you can still. I couldn't even bullshit.
Yeah.
You
can talk to the customers and bullshit.
I have no problem. That I don't have a problem with. I loved doing that. I loved going to site visits and talking to the customer. But the problem was when they start asking me, well, here's what I need. Can you do this? I'm sure, but it just wasn't a good fit. And especially now with gas prices, I'm so happy.
What happened with you in the dog groomer thing park? I've heard that they didn't schedule you anymore. Did you call them and ask to be scheduled? Or
yes.
And?
Still waiting for that paycheck too.
Oh shoot!
Yeah. I didn't know this going in, but they have you come in for 2 days to see if it's a good fit. I get it. Perfect.
Yeah.
And I told them. They kept asking me my second day, like, do you want to do this? Yes. Mm-hmm. All I did was clean kennels all day.
Yeah.
Inside, I loved it.
How many dogs did you let go accidentally?
0.
So then
Zero.
You've got the job.
And I was close. There was close. Yeah, because
I don't understand. You're a
I loved
wonderful person and great attitude.
It was great.
So why? Was there?
No, it was just a communication issue. And even after I told them yes, it's okay. It's okay.
All right.
I got Duke. I can do the exact same thing here, just not get paid for it.
Yeah.
I can clean up after him.
There you go. You say you like it anyway, so.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Yeah. Yeah, it was okay. It was, and this is where finding my faith, I think God was saying, you're better suited for something else. And it goes back to, like right now, doing this, I don't even know what to call it, this consulting, working with this startup, the Job Helpers, which has been fun because the owner of the company is letting me have free reign so like I've been doing videos for him, just popping on Facebook Live.
What kind of videos?
Not those kind. The funny thing is, this is good, is that, so I started doing these videos for him to talk about, so if you're looking for a job, offering, tips and tricks to help them. Yeah. So I wear a shirt, dress shirt and tie, but I wear these sweatpants underneath.
Oh, sweet. So yeah.
Yeah.
Business up top.
Yeah. Casual on the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Oh, speaking of that, Christy has a great job finder person. It's actually how I met her in a roundabout way.
Your wife?
Yeah. Because, long story short, that's like the third time I said that to this time. No, cut that one out.
I don't have that.
I'll have to teach you how to edit. So, my friend's wife went to go to try to find a job with her her name's Tracy. And so Tracy holds these, like, job seminar kind of things. Yeah. So they just get together and all swap business cards and talk stories and stuff.
So networking.
Network, yes. That's actually, that's it. That's the word
That's the word you were looking for. Okay. Ooh.
10 points to Tommy.
Yeah.
So she went there, and Christy was there at the same time. And I think that was, like, near their first times going there, too. So it was just like, it was fate. And my friend's wife was like, hey, we're holding a Nerd Fest, we play board games and stuff. You want to come down? And Christy was living in Aurora off of Alameda and 225. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, crappy ass neighborhood.
Yeah.
And she's like, I hate it here. It's like, yeah, no wonder here. Ugh.
Is that on the east side of 225?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like right next to the mall there.
Ooh.
Yeah. Some rinky-dink apartments had roaches. Like nothing ever got fixed. I'm surprised I had a dishwasher. But yeah, she's like, I hated it here. I didn't even know if I was going to go to that party. And she actually ended up going. And then I was Facebook friends with her in the next one. At 5 in the morning, because I was a machinist at the time, I friended her in the morning at 5 o'clock. She's like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
You're trying to friend me at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Stalker.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then she stalked me on Facebook to see who I was. And she's like, I kind of remember him yesterday. And then, 4 years later, and we're married. Yeah.
To each other.
Yes.
Yes. I'll never forget, when I was living in Tennessee, and I was moving out of this roach-infested place. Mm-hmm. The owner came by. He goes, why are you moving out? I said, because the roaches won't pay rent. And he didn't know if to laugh or just keep going. He just like,
It's a great line.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That was...
I know. No roaches. I know next time I get a house, so it's it'll be a standalone house. But your place is amazing, I have to say. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. This is crazy. So...
But, I mean, you understand, hour and a half commute.
No, I know.
From here now.
Yeah. It was 45 minutes to get here.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Tommy, why?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Did we explain the Tommy thing? So one of the first...
Oh.
Yeah, we created...
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I created a little thing. Yes.
I'll put this in the show notes.
Yeah.
This one.
So I created a nameplate for him because we were all doing it at our little cubicles.
What was the other thing I had? Oh, the Winnie the Pooh.
Yep. And I kept calling him Eeyore, so I gave him a little picture. But I created a name tag for him, and I misspelled Tommy. I put an H in Tommy. So he's Tommy now. And then we saw it, I think, after I printed it. I was like, shit. And I'll reprint it again. And he's like, no, keep it.
No, keep it. It was funny because I said to you spelled my name wrong. Mm-hmm. And you're like, no, I didn't. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I have special moments.
Special is the key word.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But, anytime you want to do this again, I wouldn't mind becoming a...
Well, it's been fun because you talked about your dad, talked about your mom, your brothers.
All my family.
Yeah. So what are you writing? What is this 5-year, 4-year...
10-year plan?
Yeah. But what is...
It's a sci-fi book. So, I've had this stories going around my head since I was a teenager. But, yeah, it's really just ironing out the details. But it's a great premise. So it'd just be a good sci-fi fantasy thing. Not right. Sci-fi. Okay. But...
So why don't you just...
Do it?
Yeah.
Me and procrastination are very good friends. And as soon as you get home, that job, well, any kind of day job, how it sucks the life out of you. And then you get home, you just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do.
Yeah, I do the dishes, then we'll make dinner, and then we got a couple hours left, and then I'm just going to watch TV for an hour, and then shower and sleep.
Could you get up a little earlier?
Could.
Just
do
right?
I want to? I know.
Yeah.
It's just really, it's setting a goal, and that's something I need to do. I just have yet to.
and maybe I'm wrong, but I could have sworn I read Hemingway would write like 500 words a day.
Yeah,
and that's all you got to do.
Yeah. 300 or 500 or something.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be bad. And it's also, like, I'm kind of scared.
Why?
Because you never... I don't know if I can live up to some of my favorite authors. So
Why? Yeah.
It's just... I mean, I'm scared that I'm not good at it.
I suck at it. I don't care.
Are you sure you want... Shh. Are you sure you want to say this on the podcast?
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, because... I mean, so looking at the whiteboard, that's 2 years of procrastination.
Irish Polk Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, Pub Chicago?
Yeah.
And CHI2.
Chicago.
What?
There's a couple of stories from an Irish pub that Ann and I went to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going to include that?
Yeah. I think so.
I think that this is like, Da Vinci had like a secret
code.
Yeah, that no one could decipher. Well, backwards.
It's easier for me to mind map things. So, like, when I did, like, my TEDx talk, I mind mapped it out. So I just do a brain dump of where I want to somewhat go. And that's what I did for the book, is just mind mapped it out. It just, to me, instead of writing out a traditional outline, it doesn't work for me. And that's why...
It's very obvious.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the pork, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to talk about that. What time are you putting it in?
Tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
So probably before we leave for church.
Okay. So
which is 8:30.
8:30. It wouldn't be bad to do it for like 10 hours. And it'll be like fall off the...
Yeah. That's what or I'll probably be up early anyway tomorrow.
Yeah. So...
And do it right when I get up.
Just so the audience knows, I heard about his failure.
Major failure.
Yeah. And I was like, how the hell do you screw that up? So...
It's funny because that was my son's line about meatloaf. Because how can you screw up meatloaf?
Meatloaf is hard. No, we tried it once and it wasn't...
Really?
Yeah. We didn't do good on it.
Oh, I love making meatloaf.
It's so expensive, though. Like, you have to get ground... Well, the way we did it was ground sirloin, ground chuck...
no, just go get... I just do, like, ground turkey.
Oh, okay.
And then just have fun with it. Because, like...
But making the ketchup sauce and stuff is weird.
Oh, it's fun.
Do you follow a recipe, or do you... Oh, see?
So, this is how I became... Not, I want to say a connoisseur of meatloaf, but when my mom was going to... It was either when she was in night school or because she worked, like, 2 jobs. Mm-hmm. And so I'd come home and have to, fend for myself.
Yeah.
She said, well, you can always make meatloaf.
So you made the meatloaf?
Yeah.
What age?
I was young. I was 8.
Jeez.
Yeah. But that's how she would teach me to do it, is we'd go, to the grocery store and get the different cuts, mm-hmm. and then stick it in the chopper, the Cuisinart thing, and grind it down that way.
That's all I always wanted.
And then later in life, I'm like, I don't have a Cuisinart. And that was one of the things that I didn't get in the divorce. Oh, God, we had a really nice one.
Or the KitchenAid, like the
had
attachment of the top.
all the different the blade. I'm like, but I got the KitchenAid blender. The thing.
Food processor.
No.
He's making a circular hand motion.
What do you call it? Where you can make stuff in a bowl. The KitchenAid.
Yeah, it's a KitchenAid mixer.
It's a mixer. Yeah.
All right. That's the thing I was talking about, because you can put you can take the top off.
No,
we had put the thing on.
No, we had the KitchenAid. We had all the not the KitchenAid, the Cuisinart. Stuff.
Okay.
But now it's just like you just go to the grocery store and you get ground beef or ground turkey, and then from there, I would just throw in stuff. I would
Just that easy.
Yeah.
M&M's.
Well, no.
Just stuff. Cat food.
God, no. Dogs are better than cats. Hashtag dogs are better than cats.
Oh, no.
Like last time was just Connor and I, and so we just did ground turkey and
just like a regular spice blend.
Yeah, that's it. And then I learned this from Bobby Flay, was I don't have a pan, so you just form it into
Well, they say actually not to cook it in the pan, even if you have one.
Yeah.
I think we cooked it in the pan, which was a big mistake, because it keeps the oil in it.
Yeah.
So they say just pump.
Yeah.
But I know, I need to try that.
Just try that. So what happened with the pulled pork was right before, like the week before, we had done, we made chicken.
Pulled chicken, right?
Pulled chicken.
Yeah.
And it was really good. And
slow cooker or
in the crock pot, and tomatoes, beans, onions, peppers, all that stuff, and it was so good. And when I took the chicken out, and it just shredded, I was like, because I had a neighbor, this guy Gene, he had a smoker.
Oh,
yeah, and then he would make his own sauces too.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh. Oh, those were, and I was like, So when we talked about doing pulled pork, I was like, this will be just like the pulled chicken, and it wasn't. It didn't shred, and I ended up having to chop it up, cut it up into like cubes or whatever. And so Scott was kind enough to bring pork,
a
kit, pulled pork, the barbecue sauce, and your secret ingredient.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a Clark family recipe. Can't tell you the secret. Although it was part of my drink that I just had.
Yeah.
That's all. I think easier the better. I think just slow and low. Make sure it's covered with barbecue sauce, and the secret, just mix that in with it.
Oh, I guess I should ask. So, does it matter when I put that secret ingredient in?
No, it'll mix when it's hot enough.
Okay.
It's A&W.
Root beer.
Yeah. So I'd put a little base of the barbecue sauce down, put the pork on top of it, pour the A&W on it right there, and then pour the rest of the barbecue sauce so it fills up.
Because that's funny. You say
don't open it. Don't open it ever. Don't even mix it.
Don't even stir it.
Nope. Leave it in there.
And then
as long as it's all covered,
nothing.
It will be fine
until the time to shred it, and then.
Yep.
Then can I put it back in?
Yeah, that's whatever.
Okay.
You don't even need barbecue sauce after that because that sauce is so good.
It's funny you say, or you brought the A&W, because I know I can't remember if it was either turkey or ham, and we'll use Sprite.
Sprite and Coke or something. Oh, I heard Coke for pulled pork, and I tried A&W and I liked it a lot.
Better?
So, yeah.
Sweeter?
It's sweet, yeah. Yeah, so trust me, you like it.
The barbecue sauce you brought is just regular barbecue sauce.
Pretty much, it's just what I normally use. So I just figured I'll give you what I had, what I've grown to like, and you can go off from there.
Yeah, because as you knew, so I used Sweet Baby Ray's
I was
Hawaiian.
actually thinking about getting that.
Yeah, Hawaiian style. But I don't know. I mean, I think part of the problem was it didn't shred.
Mm-hmm. I think you got the wrong. Did you get actually pork butt, or did you get like a?
I don't know.
If you get a pork roast, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't work too well.
I don't know.
Sure. I think it's pork butt roast. I don't know.
Like I said, it just didn't. That's what made me so mad is it didn't shred, and I part of it is I panicked because this was the first time I ever done it, and so I put. So I put the barbecue sauce in, and Ann said you might later on want to put water in to thin it out.
I think that's what the A&W's for.
Okay. But for some reason, it just... So that's when I grabbed the chili beer and put that in.
Was that like halfway through?
No.
You did it right in the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did everything at the beginning.
Yeah.
But
They say don't open that thing up because it loses a lot of the temperature if you do. And if you pour cold beer onto that, you would have just killed it.
No, I put 2 bottles of the barbecue sauce, the beer, the pork, and that was it.
Yeah.
And it just didn't. I don't know. Maybe it was just like you were saying, just a bad cut of meat. Yeah.
Or you cooked it for 2 hours. You meant to cook it for 8.
Yeah. I think that was it. Because I think I started it like around 10.
The earlier the better.
Yeah, and I think that was part of it. Because like I said, it was around 10. And then 5. No, I remember 4:30. I took it out and started trying to shred it. And I was like, this is not good.
So you had 10 to 4, 6 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's... Yep.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was.
So like I said, tomorrow I'll be up early anyway. I mean, I get up early.
Yeah. Do the rolls and make... Yeah.
Yeah.
What time do you get back from church?
10? 9 to 10.
Oh,
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Start maybe at 11 or noon.
Noon for the roll. Yeah, because we have rolls similar to that where we'll take them out.
Like 5 hours.
Yeah.
The good secret to that, though, their fast method actually works. Have you ever tried the fast method?
No, because it's over my head.
Oh, it's easy.
It's too complicated. It's like Excel spreadsheet. It's too complicated.
You just put the rolls in a pan,
and then you're
put them
supposed
in
to...
the oven.
Right.
Well, actually, turn the oven on at 200.
And then you're supposed to do boiling water.
Put the boiling
steam.
water in a pan.
Yeah.
In the bottom of it. Close it, let it go for an hour. But I found something better. So the normal way you're supposed to do it is put it in the pan, put a plastic over the top.
Right.
Of course, spray it down
right.
and flip it. Let it go for probably a good 2 hours. If it's not coming up at all, you have an electric stove, right?
Yes.
Put it right over one of the burners. Turn on the burner for maybe 2-3 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Just let it heat up a little bit. Turn off.
That's
so
it?
It'll warm it up enough where then it'll start rising. So it just was too cold. And, yeah.
Dang, you're talking food. I don't think I've eaten today.
I know. Oh no. Don't cook the pulled pork tonight. You won't have enough time.
Hold on, I'm thinking. I don't think I've eaten today.
You can order pizza.
Oh, we could.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a really good pizza place over here.
Done.
Well, no, it's not. We have to call first.
Oh.
For it to be done. I know what I want to ask you.
Okay.
Because you really are the listener. What can I do? Or are there things that, other than not driving while snowing and recording a podcast?
Don't do that.
Has there been times where you're sitting there going, oh, I wish he had done this? Or not necessarily said something different or done something differently? Or...
Okay, so the content is fine. Perfect. My biggest issue is sound quality.
From the guest.
Yes. And you fixed the Skype thing, which is good. Some of them. But, yeah, so, some of the sound quality is pretty bad, which I'll still listen to it, but it's just, there's times where it's just I can't hear you. Or I can't hear the guest.
Yeah.
But then how do you fix that, other than, making Skype better, or,
There's, what's it called? Cass. There's a software that I can purchase for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And also what you could do is have them record their side of it, and you record your side of it, and you can combine it in GarageBand.
But again, it goes back to technology.
Yes.
They have to be comfortable with technology.
Most of the people you talk to are podcasters, aren't they?
Mm.
No?
No.
Oh.
No.
You have to set something for 'em.
My buddy Zach, he's, as he would say, he's tech challenged.
His computer fan going on?
So
how big is that computer fan?
The funny part with that was I hadn't recorded yet, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, what? I go, is there, I mean, it literally sounded like somebody was coming in with a weed whacker into his office. And he goes, oh, it's my fan. I said,
that's great for an audio.
But that's why I like this. I like and it's not always capable of having somebody come up here or me going to them. You know, like majority of the guests are, you know, somewhere else in the country.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the next step is to invest in software.
Yeah. Like GoToMeeting or something
no, there's especially for Skype. There's a specific software that's designed
better for their side.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's needed.
Yeah.
So, if anybody would like to send donations to Tommy, he needs new glasses, and new software.
And new software. Yeah.
So, we tried to get Tommy new glasses at work, but he didn't want to.
Yeah.
He likes not seeing.
Yeah. That's why I just like, you know, not having to go to a physical place.
Oh, yeah. I mean, not being able to see, it really limits your possibilities. I like to see you read a book.
Oh, it's funny. You know what's even worse? The worst thing is when I'll do like a Facebook Live. And if somebody like, hey, it's me, I have to look. I got to take the glass off, see who's chiming in. You know, go because it's so small. It's like it's okay.
Everyone make fun of him on Facebook when he does that.
I make fun of myself usually. Like I was supposed to for the job helpers. I did a Facebook Live, and the owner of the company, he's like, hey, see if you can be able to share your screen and show the website. And I'm like, I can't see the icons.
Oh, no.
I won't be able to do it. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever, yeah. Oh. And so when I was doing it on Friday, I was like, oh, forget it.
You need a monitor. That would help.
Yeah. Well, working at that company, really, I'm like, oh my God. The ability to have a couple of monitors, I mean, especially for editing, it would be great.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because I would be able to do a couple of things while I'm editing. So, yeah.
If you ever need a tech support,
oh, yeah.
Down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, so for example, our friend Brandon, his girlfriend Paige is a graphic...
This is tall, Brandon, right?
Yeah. His girlfriend's a graphic designer, and she's really good. She has a video blog on YouTube, and she does some really... I mean, they're very basic, but they're really good at her editing on YouTube. I want to hire her so bad to help me with... because I had to put together... So for this book and the book proposal that's coming out on June 11th, I had to do a video and on iMovie.
Okay.
And it's not in my space. GarageBand is my space. Video editing is not my space.
Oh, that's easy.
And so I put it together. It took me the whole fucking day. Not only to record it, I couldn't tell you how many times I would record it, listen back, and or I get halfway through and I forget what I was going to say next. Delete it, start over, instead of
just editing.
Yeah. And I had to edit the ending, and I winged it, and I figured it out. But Connor was supposed to help me with that, and he's like, yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Oh,
bastard.
YouTube. Like your wife uses for fixing things around. YouTube will help you with all of that.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, and that's what I did. Because on the video, I wanted to be able to showcase pictures. Mm-hmm. And I went to YouTube and, that's it?
Click and drag.
Click and drag.
Yeah.
That's all it was. It was click and drag. Yeah. And then you can set how long you need that picture. And so, yeah. So, yeah, I was pretty proud of myself, even though it took me. But anyway, I want Paige, once I really build this business, I really want Paige to be my graphic designer. And when it comes to IT, of course, you.
And we got editors and then...
Yeah. Yeah, because I really do want to have at least 2 monitors to be able to do things.
Yeah. Well, we'll set you up. Yeah.
Well, we got to get there first.
I know.
Need more coaching clients.
Well, what sucks is I just actually gave 2 monitors to Goodwill the other day.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, but, I mean, don't I have to have a Mac?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
You can plug the monitors in. I don't know. It depends on what your ports are here.
Oh.
Yeah. I've never really screwed around with MacBooks much, but I'm sure it's
I can't go back to anything else. Yeah. I love...
And aren't you an Android guy, too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to switch.
To iPhone?
Yeah.
You should.
That's you're an iPhone guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had iPhones at work. Mm-hmm. GarageBand...
Oh, yep.
And I could do that.
I think it comes preloaded, doesn't it, or something? I think
so.
I saw it. Yeah. But
yeah, that's why I would want an iPhone. I think that's what I might do.
Yeah, it's super easy too.
I mean, I love my Droid. I mean, I love this phone. Mm-hmm. I do. But for things that I want to do,
look how big it is.
I know. That's genetics.
The size doesn't matter. Size doesn't matter.
I remember that in the cabin.
Yeah. What? You bring out the worst in me, Tommy.
I do. But this is a Note 3. I think they're up to 8.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I think in Note 8. But for things I really want to do, like Paige, I know Paige. She has an iPhone. And even though, because I asked her, I think she said she just goes right to YouTube on her phone.
Oh, yeah.
And records her video blog and then edits it.
Oh.
I don't know if she edits off her computer or if she edits it off the...
You can't do that from there? On your Droid?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But...
probably just much easier.
But, I mean, like for GarageBand, to be able to... I mean, I don't know. I just think... Looking to the future of things I want to do, I think I need an iPhone.
It'll work well with your MacBook.
Yeah. And I love iTunes too. So, and I don't like having. So there's a couple audiobooks I want, but
Ready Player One.
I still have it.
I know, that's on my account.
On your account. It was funny because there was this audiobook I wanted, and I'm like, I think I still have access to Scott's account, but it would cost... So I was like, no, I don't want to screw around with your account. It's your account.
Yeah, I mean, if you need me to buy it, I don't mind. But,
no, it's all good. But that's why I want to have the capability of having... everything under one house. Mm-hmm. So for like audiobooks and GarageBand and all that stuff.
Apple.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about?
Not now. We'll do a part 2, I'm sure.
And we're at we're over 2 hours.
Yep. I think this will be one of your longest ones unless you're going to split it up.
Mm-hmm.
No?
No. Do you want to say hi to anybody from work?
Oh, we pretty much talked about everyone. So screw you, Jeremy. Stefan.
Lebowski.
Jamie. Yeah.
Dan.
Yep. Well, which Dan?
Well.
Oh.
Dan.
Jenkins or Caius?
No, yeah.
Oh, shit, I don't know if we should say last names.
No.
Oops. But good story for Assassin.
Yeah.
Jeremy didn't do any on season 2. he didn't make any kill attempts until pretty much there was like 5, 6, 7 people left. He tried to kill Stefan. In the morning. He ran up in the grass and just went, feet went right off from under and landed right on his ass. And like, he's like, wait. And Stefan's like, I'm sorry, I gotta kill you.
I gotta kill you.
Yep. So, first self-defense kill. So Jeremy did nothing at all. And fell on his ass.
Still an asshole, Jeremy.
Yep.
Still love you, though.
So, nothing much. Just, keep it up. And Walking Wild podcasting is good.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, walking and talking to yourself.
I'm sure it seems strange.
It does seem strange.
But at least when you're in your car, people know he's probably on the phone.
Yeah.
But when you're just like, walking down the street.
But for that first one, it turned out really well because that little dog and the owner wanted to talk to me. So it worked out really well. Yeah.
He was a talker.
Yeah. And, I don't know. I just need millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Good luck on that one.
Thanks.
When you figure out how to get that, tell me.
Yeah. Kill you? What?
Tell me.
Oh, I think kill you.
Or kill me.
I don't know. So, nothing else?
No, nothing much.
Yeah.
At least for now. And we'll do another Drinking While podcasting eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I'm hungry.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. So.
Okay. All right. I don't know how to end this.
Love you, Tommy.
Love you too, Scotty. Thanks for coming up here.
Yeah.
Thanks for the food and the booze and
and a great company.
Thank you for listening to Blending the Family. We hope this was time well spent while walking your dog.